What's going on, guys? It's Danny from Stowe Restoration, and I thought today we might do something a little bit different than we normally do. I did pick up a vehicle, got it off Marketplace. Scout came over to see us. Got it off Marketplace, and at this point we bought it as having a bad engine, but I kind of have my doubts. Sometimes you just kind of get a feeling the way that people talk, or a sneaky suspicion. So I'm actually hoping it doesn't have a bad engine, but if it does, it doesn't really matter. We still got a really good deal on it, but if it doesn't have a bad engine, then we really got a good deal on it. So anyway, I figured we'd walk out there. It's still loaded on the trailer. The only thing I did to it so far is pull the battery out and put it on charge because it was dead. We're gonna throw the battery in and just see what happens, and you guys are gonna be along for the ride. It's very, very windy today, so hopefully we can keep out of the wind and keep some good audio. But as you can see, I just pulled it in, still on the trailer, and it's another Yukon Denali XL. Let's get the hood popped. We'll get the battery put back in. I did pull the battery, so let's just go ahead and pop this hood. It was sitting for a little while. As you can see, we got the battery pulled out, so let me throw the battery back in and we'll see what happens when we turn the key. All right, we got that battery all hooked back up. I was going to show how to do it, but it's actually so windy today, the wind keeps blowing the hood down, and I didn't want it to crush the camera. So anyway, we got the battery in, hooked back up. Let's jump inside, and even if this doesn't run, this will give us an opportunity to see what all works on the interior, because chances are if this does have a bad engine, we're probably going to part it out because there's a lot of good parts here. There goes the hood again. And so let's jump inside and see what's going on. I'm just going to set the hood down because it's going to blow down anyway. Jump inside here. This is not in terrible shape. A little wear on the driver's seat, which is pretty normal. So you might ask, why do I think it may not have a bad engine? Because the way the guy was describing it, he just said the starter spun. And I ran in this before. When people will tell you, people have different wording for how things go as far as trying to start. Some people say it won't turn over, and what they mean, to me, not turning over is you turn the key and the motor or the engine does not spin. Some people, that to them means you turn the key, it spins over but won't start. Well, that's a no start situation and not a no spin situation. Anyway, there's a lot of wording and terminology that sometimes gets lost in transition when people aren't necessarily mechanically inclined. So to him, when you tried to start it, the starter spun, and he says it sounded like it didn't engage. So could just be a bad starter, it could have been a weak battery. Anything is possible at this point. So again, we got a good deal on this. I'm not really worried about it at all. So let's go ahead, turn the key on. It powered up. We're definitely going to turn that off. It does say reduced engine power. Change engine oil. So we got a lot of things going on already. Here's some the air ride actually works on this one. Most of these vehicles, the air ride does not work at all, and this one's had all of it replaced. So that's interesting. Reduced engine power. So there could be something major going on. A lot of times the throttle body will give you that too. But anyway, let's just go ahead and turn the key and see what happens. Okay, so the starter is engaging. I don't know if you guys could hear that or not, but when I turn that, I can hear the engine spinning, and it sounds like there's little to no compression. So I'm gonna say this thing does have a bad engine, but Interesting. I don't, we're going to troubleshoot this a little bit further though. I'll go ahead and try and pop the hood back up and maybe prop it up so it doesn't blow down, set you up on the camera, and I'll turn the key so you can actually see the belt and stuff spinning. I know the engine's spinning. It sounds weird. It sounds like it does have some compression, but it doesn't sound normal. So we'll put the window down. Yeah, window works. That window works. That window works. And I'm sure, yep, that window works too. So we'll put this driver's side down, and we'll be able to reach in through and hit the key a little quicker. All right, I'm gonna set you up there and we'll turn the key. You should see that belt and all that accessories spinning. I think you probably should be able to hear that. I couldn't see it, so let me review the footage and make sure it is spinning, but I'm pretty sure. And this has got a broken crankshaft, which is highly unlikely. So you could definitely hear that. It is most likely a bad engine. I don't know what it broke, but it sounds like pretty much zero compression. So we're going to do a quick walk around here, and now we need to decide whether this truck is actually worth putting an engine in, or if it's just time to part it out. And we'll make good money parting this thing out because it's got a lot of usable parts. Let me get Scout here. So again, it's really windy today here. I'm gonna try and shield you from the wind, but we're gonna do a walk around and just look at the condition of this, and you'll kind of go through my line of thinking. See if we can go this way and see if this thing is gonna be worth fixing, throwing an engine in, because I have one sitting ready to drop in. Would not be a big deal at all. And this thing's got a lot of replacement parts already. I'll take note of them, show you as we're going. First thing we see is the dent in the door. Not a huge deal. I can probably pull most of that out with a suction cup. It is crinkled a little bit, so it's got a hard, that's never going away unless you do body work, but we can probably get the bulk of that dent out, but that's a concern. This fender's pretty good. Tires are okay, they hold air. This one's a little low, but they hold air, and they got fairly decent tread, but I wouldn't call them great. Actually, that one's worn on the inside, so probably gonna need a set of tires. Bumper's got a scuff on it. The grille and the headlights are actually pretty nice. The hood's not bad. It's got a little dent up front. We'll keep walking around here, and we go down here. Very common on these, they have rust on the rocker panels, and this one does. So again, condition issue. It's got rust there, and this is the only real spot of rust on the body itself, except for the rockers, which you can see more because it's on the trailer, it's up higher, but you don't really see that rocker rust when it's down on the ground, but it is there. So this is again another concern. Again, tires are an issue. Keep walking around. It's in pretty decent shape overall. It's got some scuffs, and someone put some screws in the bumper cover to hold things together. Going underneath, you can see that air shock's been replaced. That air shock's been replaced, and the compressor, even though it doesn't look brand new, the guy told us it was done within a year, and it does work. You can see those airbags are pumped up, and I can hear it running when you cycle the key. So that's all good. That's a good point on it, but it's also a good selling point for those parts. So it does have all brand new, you can see across the axle there, stainless steel brake lines from front to back, which is a plus. Keep walking around. This side doesn't look too terrible. A tiny bit of rust just starting. It's just surface rust at this point, but it's just starting on the wheel opening. And again, down here on the rocker panel, it does have some rust again. We'll shut the door just so we can see. But this side doesn't look horrible, except there's some scuffs here in the paint and some light dents. This plastic piece is actually inside, so we can put that back on and buff that a little bit would help, but again, it is a condition issue again. So moving on to the inside, door panel is pretty nice. It's got all the Denali wood trim on it. Seats got kind of the normal wear for these this year and this generation. Other than that, it does have sunroof. It's got rear entertainment system. It's got the captain's chairs in the back, and the third row is still intact. All that's actually in pretty good shape. Some light normal wear, but nothing major. We're gonna get inside so we can get out of the wind. All right. Again, these things, the steering wheel always goes on this. This is actually pretty nice for one of these. It's got the Denali wood trim dash itself. It's got the factory stereo still there. It's got the center console with all the Denali stuff. It's got a couple levers, so that stuff seems to work. All the panels and doors are there. So interiors, in my opinion, sellable. I missed that from the outside, but it does have a broken windshield. So in my opinion, I've already decided we're gonna end up parting this thing out, because it's just, unless these things are really super nice, in my opinion, it's not worth. I can make a lot more money parting this thing out, unfortunately, than fixing everything and putting it back for sale. If this thing was in perfect shape for this year and miles, which it isn't because of the rust issues and the slight dents and stuff like that. I mean, in this shape, in perfect operating condition, as far as running, driving, inspected, all that kind of stuff, you're talking maybe $4 grand tops for one of these. And probably this thing, actually, that's another thing I haven't showed yet. This thing does have some miles. So if we, hey, it's got 322,000 miles. So again, there has been some stuff replaced. I didn't show it from under the hood, but it does have a Jasper transmission in it. And if we put an engine in, obviously replacement engine wouldn't have that many miles on it, but the chassis still has that many miles. So it's just, you weigh your options, and it's a give or take. You just weigh out your options and kind of make a decision. To me, especially with the windshield, I mean, there's a couple $100. Putting an engine in, even though I have one, there's still probably $300, because you're going to do a tune-up while you're in there. You're going to do some seals, and then time involved. And not to mention, even though I have an engine sitting there, I still have to kind of charge myself something for that engine, because I'm not going to give it away. So we got this thing again at a good price, but if I put all that money into it, we probably pretty much break even. So if I just not even cut my losses, because I think we still are going to make out really well. If we just decide to part this thing out, we're going to make more money. So if we put all the work and time into it and make this a running, driving, ready to go vehicle, and sold it as that, and made, at the most we can make at this point would possibly be $1,000. And that would probably be really pushing it. Like I said, if we part this thing out, we'll make a lot more than that. So that's what we're gonna do. And you never know until you get into it. I am still interested to see. So it did make the oil pressure go up a tiny bit. I think it's got almost a full tank of gas in it. I am curious to see what's wrong with this engine, so I will dive into that a little bit. It does have a bunch of new parts on the engine too. It's got a new alternator, it's got a new water pump, a bunch of stuff. So there's a lot. What I'm trying to say is there's a lot of parts on this truck. So as we stand back and look at it here, I think that's going to be my decision. It's going to get parted out. I just don't see it being worth putting that much money into with that kind of miles. And like I said, there's just a ton of parts to be made money off of. The unfortunate part about this range and year vehicle is, like I said, in pristine condition, it's 4,000 to 5,000, and with that kind of miles, probably a little less. And we just, you know, you can't put that much money into a vehicle making it ready to sell just to break even. So even though you want to save these because they are getting older and they're really good vehicles, can't save them all, and you got to do what's financially best. And we kind of knew that buying this one, like I said. So let me know if you guys agree with that, but that's gonna be my decision. So I don't know if I'll film tearing this one down. I've did quite a few of these, and like I said, I don't always film them. I did a couple of them, but overall we're probably just gonna get it done and get it out of here and sell the parts we need to sell and move on from there. So hopefully you guys like something a little bit different here, and I don't know, maybe we'll do it more. I'm definitely going to get back into uploading a lot more here. We got a lot of things going on. We're getting caught up with a lot of things, and it's springtime's rolling around, so we have a lot more things to do, a lot more opportunities to make videos. So anyway, thanks for stopping by. Have a good day.